All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first of a few or maybe many podcasts. We will see.
Hopefully.
That's not how we're going to start. That's how we're going to start. Ladies and gentlemen, maybe you know me, maybe you don't.
They definitely don't know me.
What I'm thinking is we had to grab people as soon as they start listening or watching, you know? We had something catchy, boom, and then we will run a little intro and then we'll come back into it. So that'd be something shorter, boom.
Welcome to the Movember podcast.
Alright, then. You guys probably don't know who I am. You might know this guy.
Why would they know me?
Well, because you are wrong, you know. You are a respectable man in the community.
I like to be stealth
Stealth.
in further tech.
Well, okay. So they might not know who you are, right? But do you know who you are?
As a multi-faceted question.
That's
and
true. Yeah.
Short answer is yes, but the long answer would be like, to what extent?
To what
'Cause, like,
extent? Okay. So then, if I asked you who is OG, right? But you could have only answered in one word at a time, like adjectives. You know, what would or nouns? What would be words that you associate with OG?
I feel like I've heard this question many times. All right, I'll start with observant. I think
Observant,
self-aware.
self-aware,
That was another good one. Polite.
polite.
Calm.
Okay, calm.
Calm.
Those are some good ones.
Yeah.
What about like you know, like some of the more basic stuff? Like, would you say you are, a man? Would you describe yourself as a man?
Well, what's the definition of a man?
Yeah, like,
Let's start there.
well, to me, right, a man is, well, I don't know. I might get some backlash for this, but I want to say a man would be biologically male, and then, well, I guess I would refer to a man as a he. So I would say he would be, this is somebody's stereotypical stuff, strong,
Right.
independent, they're brave, he'll be a provider, you know. Some people might even describe him as being aggressive because when we think of a man or when we think of manly attributes, we think of aggressive, we think about, "Rrr," you know what I mean?
I mean, true. I think when you ask me the question, that's like a biological
Yeah.
thing. And fun fact, like in terms of aggression, men and women are like on par. Right?
Okay.
And
So you're saying a woman could be just as aggressive as a man?
no, that's like you could research it. Like,
Yeah.
men are slightly more aggressive. Right? That's true.
But then if the dividing line between men and women when it comes to stuff like aggression is not as big or as far apart as we think it is, what makes a man distinctly different from a woman?
I think it comes down to our choices.
Your choices.
Yeah, like I feel like we have like, you know, biological code that makes us choose certain things in life. Right. So for example, women are more or less slightly less unrepresented in like STEM fields.
Right.
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 Oh no, that's not a good
Well,
example.
not anymore. I don't
Yeah,
think.
yeah, that's not a good
that's
example.
changing.
Let me rephrase that. Men tend to pick like more dangerous jobs.
Yeah, like construction
And stuff where they could get hurt.
underwater welding.
Yeah.
You know?
As opposed to like women, they'll choose more like office stuff, humanities,
Right.
and stuff.
And this
like
is,
that.
of course, stereotypically speaking.
Like,
Yeah. But,
like,
my question, what I'm really trying to get to, right? And this will kind of lead into Movember, which we'll kind of explain a little bit as we move along. But when we think about society, if we want to make it, was the word I'm looking for? Bipolar. If society is bipolar and it's either male or female, man or woman, which for some persons that might not be the case, it might be more of a spectrum. But let's just for a moment imagine that it's either man or woman. How could I look at a male and say
That's a meal.
that's a man, not just a male, that is a man? Because
Boy.
I not every male is a man.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah?
that's always like the definition of a man. For me, a man is somebody who, you know, holds himself accountable and
Okay.
is because like I don't want to say a man is somebody who provides because like you know not every man provides.
Yeah.
Like, it's like if we're talking provide in terms of financially, like not every man will be able to provide
Okay.
financially.
But let
Compared,
me ask you this. If you had a man and a woman, right? Both of them were not able to provide for their family. Now, for the sake of family here, let's just assume that you have a standard nuclear family where there's both a husband and a wife,
yeah,
right? Maybe some children.
Mm-hmm.
If there were two situations, in one situation, the woman is the one who can't provide for family. There's a man there. In the other situation, there's a man who can't provide for his family, but there's a woman there.
All right.
In which one of those situations would those individuals get more judgment?
The man will
The
get more
man.
judgment for sure. Though, like for sure.
Why?
Because it's like that's a good question. It's like people kind of expect us to be like the traditional man is a provider, bring the bread home, like protect
Yeah.
and be that foundation for the family, like, and that's like the traditional man,
Yeah.
like that's
Yeah.
what your grandfather is, my grandfather, my father, your father. Like,
But do we still get that pressure today? Do you still feel that pressure yourself?
I feel that pressure, but not because of society. Because I feel that pressure because of how I grew up.
Mm-hmm.
I see my father like do it, and I want to do it that way.
Yeah.
It's not because the internet is telling me I shouldn't feel that pressure. Like, nah, like I definitely want to provide for my family. If my wife is making more money than me,
Yeah.
I'll be cool with that. I'll be happy.
But with society, do you think society would be cool with that? If you tell your friends, you think they would say, yeah, no scene?
Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah.
And if you meet a random stranger and you tell them, yo, my wife making more money than me, they'll be like, yeah?
I think so.
I don't think that would be the case. I think you would get judged
Why?
because that's the way society is. I mean, we want to tell people, yes, men and women are equal, but then there is still this box that we're trying to escape that still exists. And men get judgment for stuff like that in very, drastic ways. So if you as a man can't provide for your family, then use a soft man. What you doing? Use a waste man.
Yeah, but you could provide for your family in different ways. If your wife makes more money than you, that doesn't make you more or less than a man.
Okay, OG, you walk into the library.
Yeah.
You see a girl sitting down crying. How you feel about that?
If I see a girl sitting down crying, I'll feel like slightly curious. Not concerned, but like curious. Like, oh, why is she crying?
Would you laugh though?
No, I would never laugh at
Okay. You walk into the library, you see a boy sitting down crying. All right. All right.
No, wait,
No,
hold on.
no,
Nah,
but
nah,
you see
nah,
what I'm
nah.
saying? You see what I'm saying? No, you don't have to even say anything. There's just this, ideology.
Yeah.
And
You
this
shouldn't cry. Boys, men
exactly.
shouldn't cry.
Men
All
shouldn't
right.
cry. And it's more than just that, We raise a group of boys and we tell them, hey, be a man. You fall long, don't cry. What you crying for?
Yeah.
And then we have these grown boys and women are asking them to express themselves. But up until this point in my life, I have never done that.
Yeah. But most females don't really understand that, Like a lot of my relationships with females, I was like, they expect you to open up immediately, and it's like,
But I don't know how.
It's not that I don't know how. It's like there's a fear of the criticism and the way like you might look at me differently, right? Just like if I see the guy crying, right? He's crying, but I might judge him.
Yeah.
Like why he crying? He's
True.
a big guy like you,
Yeah.
It's the same kind of fear I have, which is why I yeah, And then they'll say something like, well, you never open up, like you're not sensitive. No, I'm very much sensitive.
Yeah, but I'm also
That's
afraid.
yeah.
I think that's what it is. It's fear. And speaking about that, the idea that men don't, we aren't taught the necessary skills to open up, but also, we have this underlying fear of the repercussions of opening up
True.
in the light of something like Movember. Now, for those of you who don't know, because up until like a few weeks ago, I had no idea what Movember was. It's this movement. It's based on raising awareness for men's health, right? And that's not just mental health, but health holistically. Um, we will break it apart even more. We have a few other podcasts lined up to talk about mental health, emotional health, sexual health, and physical health for men. But how did you kind of learn about Movember, and what do you understand Movember to be?
I'll be 100% honest. I didn't learn about this until like last year when I think I saw an event on campus
Yeah.
where they had like a walk. And I was like, what is this Movember thing? And then I saw some of my friends, like they started shaving their beards.
Oh,
So I was like, why these men, like why?
Yeah.
And they just kept the mustache. And I was like, oh, let me ask, what is this? It's like, oh, this is Movember. I was like, interesting. I've never heard of this on campus before. And when they explained it to me, raising health, raising awareness for men's health, it's like, oh, that kind of cool. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like never really had anything like that, for like just the guys, right? Even if you have like things like, there's like It's On Us, which is like sexual assault and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, sexual assault is for like men and women, but the majority of that populace is women,
Cater towards women.
right?
Yeah.
The majority, even if it's unintentional, like the majority of
Yeah.
women are going to gravitate towards that.
Mm-hmm.
But like November, no, like I feel like is our own thing for something that we never really talk about, which is men's health.
Something like Movember, which is catered towards men. It's not just about, taking a month and saying, hey, all right, give men some shine. But I think it's also equipping men to create room for women also. Because I strongly believe that, in a heteronormative relationship, if you have a man who understands his role and is able to step up and actually be a man, it will empower a woman to actually be a woman.
Right.
So as much as Movember is catered towards and focused at men, I believe women will benefit from it.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. And it's like, as you said, every, understand each other's role. Like, I personally don't believe uh, men and women are equal. It's more like we have different roles and responsibilities to each other.
Yeah. Men and women should understand that they have value and their value is different. But it doesn't make it any less valuable. But my whole learning about Movember a few weeks ago, my best friend Harold, he was just asking me, "Hey, for Movember, you're shaving off the beard, or that's that." So
It's the same question you all posed to me, and I was like, "Why? For what?"
I'm gonna look real kicksy without a
You'll
beard.
look weird without
I will look
it.
weird.
You will. You can't get around it. Bro.
But that's part of it.
Yeah.
Like me looking weird without a beard is a man looking weird for crying in public, or
Right.
husband looking weird for breaking down and letting his wife know that I feel really stressed, or a boy, coming to his father and telling him, or his father telling him, I love you. Like men telling men, I love you, and not in a sexual way.
That is another conversation.
Yeah.
But like,
Which we will. So,
Yeah,
guys, I mean, keep tune in to, hear us discuss these other topics for sure. But also, if you're a man or a potential man and you're looking at this or listening to this
what
podcast,
is a potential man?
a boy,
Oh,
Okay.
okay. What to say, a boy? I know you have me thinking. I was like, hold on.
Yeah, like a transition.
or something.
I mean, I don't know. But
mean,
and you have a beard, feel free to shave it off
Shave
for the
that
month
off.
of November
Shave it.
as a part of our stance for men's health. and join the conversation. You know, if wherever you're watching this, if it's a follow or a like or a subscribe situation, do what you have to do to stay tuned then.
Yeah, if I mean, if you happen to be from FIT, there's a Instagram page.
Yeah.
Follow it.
Yeah, it's
You
like
know,
Movember FIT.
Yeah. I'm personally not a part of the movement. I probably
Should be. Yeah.
but like I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like what they're doing.
And
Right.
so Movember has been around since 2004.
It's 2021.
Wow. Okay.
All right. So
Well, then let's, however we can, let's make this the year that Movember really spikes, and let's make sure that it is around for a much longer time. Do you have anything to say to people as we end out? Apart from, guys and girls, stay tuned because we'll be having a series of discussions for the month of November and possibly onwards, depending on the response. So again, if it's a subscribe or a follow or a like or a share or a comment, feel free to give us some feedback.
yeah. I mean, I have nothing else to say.
Well, this is, I guess, the Movember podcast featuring Messiah.
We're gonna rename this. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's a working title, but we'll probably have something better next time.
Movember podcast. So after Movember is like, what we calling it? The December podcast.
December podcast. No, well, we probably have a whole new podcast with a whole different name.
I'd respect that, right?
Conversation with a real OG.
It's a real OG. We do the outro with our track.
Yeah, man, run something.
Listen, this song you introduced me to, though.
Ooh,
like, You know why I'm about to play that.
We don't have the copyrights for this. Hopefully, we don't get anything, you know what I mean? But
Kevin off copyrights.
Run a day. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. We will see you next time. Be sure to check out OG Fire on Instagram. What's the Instagram?
King Grease You. Like, I should probably change that up, but King Grease You.
Alright then. And check me out on Instagram too, at Lyrics Messiah.
Várias queixas de você.